What's going on, guys? Cruising Koozie here. So I'm gonna walk you guys through just like one of my basic car washes. So like I already washed my car in it's a pressure wash, like self-serve bay that I go to, and then I just bring all my products with me, and obviously I bring towels and shit, and I clean the windows, use some like waxes and other topicals, and Rain-X every once in a while. I haven't Rain-X'd this car since I got it, so I will be Rain-Xing it. So I was just gonna walk you guys through it. I started filming me drying it a little bit. I already did like the main dry, and then I normally go through with a second big towel just to get the rest. And I'll obviously use a smaller towel to get anything small, but I kind of got all that with the big towel, so I'll be able to jump right into just all the products that I normally use. Since the car is fully dry, I normally go through all the more important spots with this. It's Chemical Guys V07. I'll put a link to this in the description because this is the best product in my opinion. It's like a 7-day ceramic coat type deal. I love this shit. I always use it. I use this in like the spoiler, the front bumper, the fenders, and the hood. And for the rest of the car, I think this is called like, I don't even know, it's like Griots or Griots. I don't know how the fuck to say it, but I'll use this for the rest of the vehicle just because it's not as like intense as the V07. It's similar, but not as intense, and it's cheaper. You get the shit at like Walmart for like 10-12 bucks. And I'll use this on like the roof, the doors, like the trunk, the rear bumper. Just like not, I don't know, I would say like less important parts of the car. And I just got my car tinted actually, so that's why I'm washing it, because it was a little dirty from the tint job, which is all right, but happens. And then I really haven't found a good interior cleaner yet, but I got this shit at Walmart a long time ago for like $2. I'm just gonna use this to clean up the water spots from the tint job, and it kind of brings out a little bit more shine. I don't like using Armor All. It makes it too greasy and it just doesn't look right. So now that I explained what I use, I'll time lapse it, and I'll try to time lapse the specific areas that I use for first V07, and then I'll go on through there. So that's about as much as I do with the V07. I don't know how well you could see it in the video, but I did scrub a few spots. And that's because this stuff also acts as a quick detailer, which I was told by the guys at Chemical Guys. There's one about 20 minutes from my house, which I like to go there often, but I don't really have that many Chemical Guys products. So it depends. Whenever I run out of this, I always go there and I'll talk to the guys and ask them some stuff. And I don't know how much of my face is showing up in this because I've never used this camera to talk into it. I'm out of breath. But I've never looked at like the front-facing camera that's higher quality, because I normally, the rear-facing camera. I normally use the front-facing camera where I can see myself, but the quality dies. Not dies, but it dips down. So I'm gonna try and start doing this. I don't even know which camera to look into. There's fucking 3 of them, but we'll see. So now I'll use this on the rest of the areas. I should probably hold this higher, huh? So I'll use this on the rest of the areas just because they're not as important to me. They're not as like eye-catching. It's not like the first things you look at when you look at a car, so it's not as important to have a crazy shine, in my opinion, that the V07 gives. So now we'll cut back to a time lapse. Some of you are probably like, Jacob, why are you washing your car at night? I live in Arizona. it's hot as shit. It's like, it was like 101, 102 degrees today. If I were to wash my car in that, I'd have water spots everywhere. If it's the wintertime, it's a different story. It'll be like 50, 60 degrees outside all day. So it's not that big of a deal. But when it's 100 plus, the water spots just dry so fast. And most of these products say do not use in sunlight because you don't want it to dry on the paint. It'll just make a big hassle for yourself. And there's a couple of spots that I didn't put in the time lapse just because I wanted to get the gist of it. I'm still gonna go back and hit the bumper, hit the rear end of the trunk, and I haven't washed the windows yet, but I will time lapse me doing the Rain X on the windows, just not me cleaning them, because when I spray all the other shit, it likes to overspray onto the windows, and I'm not gonna go and rub that stuff in. Although V07 I do use to clean the windows because one, it's a quick detailer, and two, it has ceramic properties, so it kind of helps. And on top of that, the Rain X just is a life changer for windows, in my opinion. I've used it not that many times actually, but every time I use it, I'm glad I do. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass because you gotta rub it in a lot. It's super oily, so you don't want to use too much of it, or else you make it a pretty big hassle for yourself. But we'll get into that, and then I'll go to this church over here because I'm actually in like a retirement city of Surprise. For those of you that are from Arizona, you probably know where Sun City is, but for those of you that are watching that aren't from Arizona, you're not gonna know where Sun City is. You're not even gonna know what that is. But there's a church about maybe a quarter of a mile from here. I get a lot of pictures there. I'll obviously get some pictures now that my car's tinted because it looks so much better. And then I'll try to do an edit. I suck at edits. For those of you that have seen my edits that I've been doing recently, they're not that good. So let's hop back into that time lapse. Me coming back because I apologize for somewhat of a glare that was in the camera. I forgot to wipe the lens down before I started filming, so I apologize in advance. Hopefully the rest of this video looks a little bit clearer. Yeah, so like I said, with the Rain X being weird, after I use it all with one specific rag, I'll get a different rag just to go back over it, because it does like to leave like a weird residue. I don't know how to explain it. It just leaves like a weird, like almost greasy looking residue. And you have to wipe it with a different rag for it to look right. I'm gonna stand back actually. Look how shiny that bad boy is. Can tell you what, did not look like that before I came. Even the windows, god damn, they're so dark. I did 5% all the way around, and I did a tint strip along the top. But this thing definitely needs a paint correction. It has some pretty gnarly swirls in it. Let's see if I can get them in camera. Yeah, see. They're pretty noticeable too, to be honest with you. So I do plan on getting it paint correction, ceramic or PPF, then ceramic coated, just to make the paint look brand new again. Honestly, it almost looks orange on the camera, which is so weird because like it's not too far off from my shirt. I mean, it is a little. That's so weird. The camera makes it look orange. This thing does not look orange in person. This thing is ridiculously bright red. It's race red. So I'm gonna do a couple touch-ups because there is a few spots that I mean, not really actually. I just didn't do the front bumper, and I didn't do this little like T area or the rear bumper, which I'm gonna use the green stuff for. Actually, the front bumper I'll use V07, but the back bumper I'll use, in the trunk I'll use the green stuff for. And after that, sorry, that took me a second. After that, I'll go and take some pictures. Maybe I'll throw the pictures in the video just so you guys can see. Because this thing looks crazy after I edit a picture, not gonna lie. Follow the Instagram. It's the same as the YouTube, Cruisin' Koozie. I will get my Instagram and YouTube stickers thrown back on the car. I already ordered them. It's just a matter of time. Gotta wait for them to come. But yeah, I'll try to the best of my ability to do an edit better than I normally do. It's hard for me. I don't know why. Like, even when I edit these normal videos, I feel like my editing process is kind of shitty. I mean, I use iMovie on my phone. I film, edit, upload everything on this phone. I should invest in the camera, but I want to hold out on that. But for now, the phone works. Films 4K 60 frames, which is good enough for YouTube. I don't even think YouTube will let you go above 4K or 60 frames. And I'm sure if it does let you go above 60 frames, it will take twice as long to upload. These videos, depending on how long they are, take a long ass time to upload. So I'll be back. Look at that shine. It's pretty much why I use the products that I use. This area is kind of ass for an edit, but I'm gonna try. It's also gonna kind of suck for pictures too, but I mean, look at that shit. Bright ass light. Not really, it's yellow, but I mean, it lights up this dark ass parking lot pretty well. Plus this kind of helps, even though it changes colors. But I don't know. She's looking good. This is actually the best car wash I've given the thing since I've got it. I haven't seen her shine like this once. Not even when they gave the car to me. So, let's see what I can do. Actually, change of plans. The edit's not going to be in this video because I'm going to try and do it in like a TikTok format, because in reality my videos blow up on Reels. Not really blow up, but that's where I get all my views. So I'm going to film this in the orientation of a reel like that. So sorry for that, but I guess after you watch this video, go check the upload after that, or maybe even before that, whatever posts first, I guess, of the reel. I'll probably put it on Instagram too, just because I forget what they're called on Instagram, but they do really well on Instagram as well. So I guess I'm gonna end it off on that note, because I washed the car. I showed you guys how I wash the car to an extent. I showed you the products I use. I'll try to get links to what I use. Honestly, I'll probably just put a link to Chemical Guys V07, because that's like my #1 go-to product. I used it on the BMW. I washed my car before I went there, used that shit for the car show that I won in the BMW. And then when I got there, I used it again and gave it an extra shine, because it's also a quick detailer, so it's pretty versatile. But I guess I'll give one quick walkthrough of the whole car so you guys can see the tint, see the shine. Normally I do tire shine as well, but I wasn't super worried about it, especially because I don't know, it's super dark out. I'm not gonna floor it because I can't really see out these windows right now. And every time I use that tire shine, this thing just blows the fucking tires off. It loses so much traction. So I guess thanks for watching, and that'll be all. Peace out.